Hello everyone. Thank you and welcome again to my channel. Today we are going to speak about the leadership. Leadership is the most important and the most important topic that we must concentrate on because through leadership, the world is made stronger. Through good leadership, the world is made prosperous. Through bad leadership, the uh, economies got broken, and and uh, and the corruption thrives and become the Lord in the king's palace. You know, great leaders should be respected, but the question is, how can leaders be great? What makes them great? How can they be great? That's the question. But we will always be there to give answer bit by bit until it turns to be satisfactory. First of all, we need to know the we need to know that leaders will pay for everything good or wrong they did during their leadership. That's why people should not just run to be leaders. They should not just be hurried to be leaders because there is a price to pay. There is a price to pay. There is a price to pay. And as I speak to um, my my motherland's leadership, I think this is the time that people should rise up and say something that will create a new generational mindset because we want to create a generation that will live to remember their time, that they will live to be proud about the time that uh, they are past and be proud about the future that they are focusing on. But we need to think wisely. We need to search our minds and our souls so that each and every decision that we make should be unregrettable in the future because the conclusions you make during the selection of leadership of today shall be very, you know I was just silent because sometimes I cry within my heart if I see the type of leadership or the plans of leaders because their plans, the kind of leadership, plans of leaders that we have are never the plans to benefit the people. The leaders don't become leaders to make their people great. The leaders should become leaders to make their people great. Those people you lead should be the point of focus at all time, at all time, at all time, at all time, at all time. I beg you, leaders, it is time for you to understand the reason why uh, people can be leaders, the reason why you are a leader. You must understand the reason why you want to be a leader because being a leader is like a gift to the people. A leader is a gift to the people, and you have to know the meaning of a gift. Let the leaders go and read books and dictionaries. Go and understand the meaning of a gift. Leaders are gifts to the people. That is why it is said that Mungu ndiye anachagua viongozi. Anawachagua kwa nini? Because leaders are given as a gift by God to the people. And now you must play your role soberly so that you become a profit, a benefit, and a blessing to the people. You must play your role very carefully. You have to understand, you have to read the future. You have to understand the past. For you to be a leader, you need to know what God can do to those leaders who didn't do or perform their work properly. Because if leaders are chosen by God, then you must play within the rules of the person who chose you. Your leaders are chosen by God? Everybody say so? That is very correct. But you got to know that if leaders are chosen by God, then they have to play within the rules that are set by God Himself. Period. No compromise, no argument. There is no comment. You are a leader, leaders are chosen by God, then you have to play within the rules of God to lead the people. You got to know, what do people want? What do they lack? The leader has to know that. That is what should be giving you stress day and night. What do people want? What do they lack in life? What is the foundation of their future? And how can you start building that foundation? How can that foundation be built to rise and rise until the full house is built? So leaders, you should understand that you are the gifts to the people. Go and learn the meaning of a gift. Go and learn the meaning of a gift. Who is important? Who is important between the gift and the person receiving the gift? Who is important? Who is important? That is the question. Between the gift and the person receiving the gift, who is important? The most important is the person receiving the gift. Because if it were not, if those who can receive the gift were not there, if they were non-existence, there would be no gift, because there would be nobody to be given those gifts. And since the leaders are the gifts to the people, what the leaders have to understand is that the people are more important than them, because they are gifts. They are like shepherds. As shepherds give away their lives to protect the sheep, even at a time where the sheep are surrounded by lions, hyenas, and tigers. But the shepherd must stand with the bow ready to shoot at any lion, hyenas, or leopard that want to harm the sheep. That should be the point of focus of the shepherd. The leaders are like shepherds. They have to understand their role. Their role, keeping the sheep safe, making the sheep feel protected, feeding the sheep. That is the work of shepherds, giving them water on time, ensuring that they sleep in a good environment and a healthy environment, ensuring that they are healthy, monitoring their health conditions. That is the work of a shepherd. Let the shepherds who are leaders and let the leaders who are shepherd understand every leader is a shepherd, and a shepherd gives away his own life so that the sheep, the sheep, the sheep can feel safe, protected. The shepherd's work is to ensure that the sheep is healthy, drinks water on time, and the shepherd must be ready to fight in case there is any hyena or a leopard or a lion that want to invade the sheep, the flock of the sheep, of the sheep. So we got to understand this. So leaders, if only, if only each and every leader appointed in leadership would have done the right thing from day one, then they will not be regretting to leave the leadership for others. They will not be regretting because they will feel satisfied because they've done the right thing. If leaders can know the right thing to do, if they can do the right thing from day one, they will be happy to teach others how to do it, and therefore they will be building even more great leaders at that very time that they are leaders, so that whatever work they've done should not go at a waste. A good shepherd creates many shepherds. You know, Jesus said that a servant is never greater than his master, and no one can be greater than his teacher. But you can be like your master, and you can be like your teacher, but you can never be greater than your teacher. You can only be like your teacher. Those are what the leaders should be doing across the board, everywhere. As long as you're a leader, this is the work that you should do. If you're not doing this, you have to know that you're failing too big. You must, at all costs, ensure that 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 uh, that you are creating leaders that will lead just the way you are leading, that will lead in the same style, that will lead with the same values, that will lead with those great characters. A leader must create good leaders. And every leader must create an environment that will create more leaders, more great leaders in the future to protect the present. Good leaders are created so that they can protect the present and lead towards the future. Let leaders take their role. And any leader in any part of the world that does not participate in the growth of those whom they lead, then you have to know that you are failing in the leadership. So, in my channel, I am determined to the creation of a new generational mindset, because a generation is a collective of humankind, all humankind, determined to have a character that is acceptable, that is respectable, and that is recognized to be valuable. That is how we want a new generation to be described. People that have values, people that have characters, people that are determined not only to be champions of the present, but to be champions of the future as well. So we have to stand up and help in the building of a new generational mindset. Building a new generational mindset must start right from the village. It must start from families. It must start in schools. It must start in institutions, be it a government institution, private institutions. A new generational mindset, it has to begin now. Why do I say this? Because there is nothing to gain in this world. There's totally nothing to gain in this world, because this world shall pass away with everything that is in it. You see gold and silver, they'll pass away. They will be valueless. Everything you see. So, if all these valuable things will pass away, what else is left with us? What is left with us is us. It's you and me. When all those things are passing away, whatever is left is me and you. So, creating a new generational mindset and creating an impact in a person's mind, that should be our focus. That should be our focus. If we are in, if we focus in that, then the future will be a future that has no threat. There will be no fear. Nobody will be worried about so many things that are, are worrying at the moment. We have to understand the meaning of leadership and let the leaders play their role. I will repeat this one again and again, because it is through the bad leadership and bad policies that the world is in a total turmoil. But we got to pray. We got to pray hard we go to create great things and good things in our minds. We must bring back the lost hope. We must build up a greater faith in God. We must ask God to fill us with those values that are needed to make us a new generation. Great characters, great faith, great obedience to God. Those are the things we should be asking God day and night. Great wisdom to know what is right. Great strength to do what is right. Did you know that you can know what is right, but you're not capable to do it because you don't have strength to do it? So that is why we should ask God also. At the time we are asking for wisdom, we must ask God to give us strength so that we can do the will of God with determination, with strength, and with power. We need to stand up and create a generation that will make the entire world safe and forever. Let every parent, anywhere, everywhere, play the role. Let every teacher in every school all over the world play their role. And I want to speak something about teachers. I hear that students sometimes ban schools, but I bring them less. I give less blames to the students that ban schools. I am not happy to see schools being banned because that is so irresponsible. But what can we do? Should we be focused on schools that are being banned? No way. Let the teachers and the parents play their role. More so is the teachers. The teachers got to understand that when the students are in school, they spend more time with teachers than they spend with their parents. And therefore, the teacher plays a role of being a parent. Don't forget with our topic, creating a new generational mindset. Let the teachers play a role of being a teacher. Let the teacher knows that they are also parents at the same time. Every parent desires great things for their children. That is what the teacher, that should be the spirit of the teacher. When the students are hopeless, it is the teacher who should create a hope within his heart to make the hopes of the student be hopeful. But if the teachers themselves are creating a horrible environment for students to fail to see a brighter future, then there is something that has to be changed. Let the teachers make students learn in a happy environment. Let them understand the importance. Let the teachers teach the student the meaning and the value of learning. Let the teachers encourage students on the benefits of learning and working hard. Let them not abuse them when they fail one subject or the other. They should not be abused. If you abuse a student, the student will never ever forget that abuse. And that abuse develops slowly to a bonfire. Let the teachers understand. You have to understand. I'm speaking with teachers right now. The time you're abusing a student, and remember, you're abusing a student and you're a teacher, and you know what is written in the Bible? That nobody is greater than his teacher, but he will be like his teacher. If a teacher turns to be abusive, then that is not the right image. If a teacher turns to be like, if the teacher creates a military character in school, beating students as if it pains me. It gives me a lot of pain. Let the teacher act like parents. Let every teacher act like a parent. Let them create students to be better people in the society. Those ones who have not seen the brighter future, those ones who have not realized the brighter future in the process of learning, let the teachers open their eyes by encouraging them, by giving them great examples on how they can be great people in the society. Let them not be abused if they fail. Because nobody, not everybody can be good at everything, but each and every person is always good at something. That is a promise. Each and every person is always good at something. That is why students should not be abused. They should not be punished harshly when they fail. They should be encouraged to work hard when they fail. The teachers should take time to learn from them onto the reasons why they are failing. Understand the challenge. Let the teachers understand the challenges that students are going through that can make them fail. You have to be in their shoes. At any time that a student fails, the teacher has to be in their shoes. Never abuse them. Don't punish them harshly. Don't punish them harshly to an extent that they feel that they don't belong. You must treat, every teacher must treat every student or pupil just the way they can treat their own children. The way you can protect your child, that is the same way you should protect that child in that school that you're teaching. The way you can feel a pain of your child, that is the same way you should be feeling the pain of that child that you're teaching. The way you would like a brighter future for your child. I'm speaking to teachers right now. That is the same way you should be admiring and praying for a greater future for those that you're learning, that you're teaching. Even if they lose hope, you have to teach them that there is always a hope. That is the work of the teacher. If you beat them up, they feel that you hate them. They feel that they are not important in the society and in the community. That is why they end up doing things that are very irresponsible. I'm talking about mind health here. That the minds of the people and the minds of the students is in the hands of the teachers and the parents. They must create it to the better. They must create it to be a foundation of a greater future. Let the teachers play their role and let us stop so that let the teachers play their right role so that we end these unrest in schools because that should never happen. That should never happen. But it happens because teachers play a bigger role for it to happen. If you create a good environment for students to learn, if you create an environment that will encourage those who fails, an environment that will encourage those who fails, an environment that will teach those who fails that failing now is not the end of the world, making them understand that they can fail, but there is a possibility of standing up and learning hard in order to gain or get what they want in life. The students must be encouraged. The students must be encouraged. And through them, great leaders come. If in homes and in schools, students and pupils are abused, they become abusive leaders. They fail to understand the greater meaning of life. They fail to understand how they should be creating greater lives, greater mindset in other people. Let the teachers play their great role. You are not there only like a teacher. You are there as a parent. And remember that students spend more time with you more than they can spend with their parents. Therefore, you must act exactly like their parents. You must care exactly like their parents. You must feel their pain exactly the way their parents can feel their pain. You must encourage them in their failures and assure them that there is time for them to work hard and achieve their goals. That is the work of a teacher. That is how it should be. That is the way to go. Let us build a society that is very strong, a society that will take care about tomorrow, a society that will create a foundation that will lead to a zero worry. There will be no worries if we create a generation that has a greater mindset. Let us do it. We can do it together. Once again, thank you for taking your time and thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe and share my videos. Thank you for today. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you and have a good morning. Bye.